over here on the left, please. On the far left. Over this side, please. One look over here, please.
Let's see. There's some fun facts about Jane. Okay. Here's a.
And over on the left, please.
Yeah. Whatever you can.
On the far left. On your far left. Straight ahead in the front.
And Alicia, one more take smile here, please. Smile. Hey, Kate, look to the left, sweetheart.
Kate, looking right here, straight ahead.
The names, and that just fascinated me, Mother Teresa.
The guys right over here, please.
And Howie, one more time down the center.
And Howie, right over here for the ball.
And Howie, one more time.
Right in front. And Howie, I just wait for you. And Howie. Right next to her.
Without a healthy natural world.
And I'll go.
So I'm very excited to be here with the live music, and the movie is different from all the other documentaries. It takes me right back to how I was, so it's very moving. And my son will be here seeing it for the first time, along with my grandson, so that's rather nice. If you really want to do something, you're going to have to work really hard, take advantage of all opportunities, and don't give up, and then you'll find a way. And the number of people who've come up to me and said, thank you for teaching me that because you did it, I can do it too. I hope that it's going to give people such a feeling of how the world should be, how it was, and how it can be again, and that we really have to get together and try and do something for the future of this planet and the future of our own great-grandchildren.
The role of a documentarian is to really capture the times we're living in. And because of that, so many contemporary documentaries have an air of darkness to them, because we are living in very dark times. And it's an incredible opportunity for us to be able to make a documentary film that has the authenticity and integrity of Jane, and yet can be as celebratory about this amazing woman experience. So our goal was to create an immersive experience. And when Jane saw the film for the first time, she said it was the first time since being in Gombe that she felt she can be back there. And it was amazing. It's what every filmmaker dreams of hearing. I mean, I grew up with National Geographic in our house. It was every month we'd get the magazine. My father was a school teacher. I grew up 6 miles from here in Studio City. So to say that we're fulfilling a dream would be an overestimation, because this transcends dreams tonight. To be able to bring this film to audiences here at the Hollywood Bowl and to be a part of this legacy of National Geographic and Jane Goodall, and to just have a small part of that is truly humbling. I just think we all need heroes. I believe in heroes, I believe in myths, and I think that we all need heroes, and it's wonderful that we have a real life one in Jane Goodall. Well, we wanted to create an immersive movie, and I can't think of anything more immersive than screening the film with a 78-piece orchestra, 15,000 of our family and friends underneath the stars in Hollywood, man. This is like, they say this is where dreams come true. You're watching it right now.
Her life is bigger than she is. It's kind of extraordinary just to say it that way. She's an inspiring person. She's a person who was able to live through her passions, through her ideals. She says in the film, and I suppose it would be true, that she always wanted to go to Africa and live in the midst of the African wildlife, and that's what she did. What I tried to do was to, when we were looking at the big pictures was to find thematic things that would be, because it's very awing and awe-inspiring, and so the music has got to be on some level like that. So I was really aiming for a big theme. We never imagined, to be truthful, that we would. I was with Brett and the director and with her this afternoon, and we said, we never thought we would be here. I mean, in this big a venue with this kind of reaction. But of course, the main thing that she's always been interested in is preservation and the heritage of Mother Nature in the form of the animals and for the country.
Well, on our show we have something called the Golden Buzzer, and the Golden Buzzer allows you to skip the whole contest and go right through to the finals. And that's what Jane Goodall is. You know, for me, and the reason that I'm here, just the fact that I know her name. You know, I'm not I haven't been an environmentalist. I'm not well read on the environment, but I find it so fascinating when somebody is willing and so passionate to give up everything, not to be famous, not to be rich, not for notoriety, just because you believe in something, you love something, and you want to make a change. And I can only describe that in 2 words, and that's Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall is what humanity should be. I mean, we should follow our passion, we should want to make a difference, and we shouldn't worry about what other people think, and go for it. And if you go for it, you will change the world, and the world will be a better place. Thank you, Jane.
But Jane Goodall is my hero. She's written me handwritten letters that she wrote at Gombe Preserve. You know, these are treasures I carried around for a while. I thought I'm going to get them wet from the tears of crying about them, so I keep them in a safe place. She's amazing what she's done with roots and shoots and making better habitats for the primates out there, the chimpanzees in many places. You know, she's an incredible woman, a great hero, and a great anthropologist. National Geographic is a great resource. Since it was in its printed form, I've read it, and the Nat Geo channel, of course, is fantastic. Let people know how things work in nature, our connectedness to nature, the importance of the natural world. It's been one of the best channels I've ever enjoyed in my long viewing history. Thank you for being here to honor Jane. She's my greatest hero, and I'm proud to be here and call her a friend.
You know, there are very few people who really change the way we think. There are a lot of people who make great changes in the universe with their human life. And, you know, there have been great world leaders, great thinkers, great writers, great artists, great filmmakers, great painters, photographers. But very few people change the way we think with their work, the way we thought one way, and then her discoveries make us think a new way. And that's an incredible life.
You're a young girl and you learn about a woman who went to the forests of Africa on her own, with sort of under the guidance, I guess, of Leakey, and accomplished something in an environment that for most would have been scary. And she learned so much about human behavior through her study of the chimps, and she's just, I think she inspires all people, but especially women and young girls, to say you can do and take an adventure beyond the capacity of your imagination, and I think that's what she did.
Whenever I think of Jane, I think of a woman who has led a very true, honest life. You know, to me, she seems like the kind of person who just truly followed her heart and what her desire was in the world, and didn't think twice of it, and didn't worry about being judged, or if she did worry, she didn't show it very much, and just everything she did came from a very pure place. And I think there's
Good evening. On behalf of National Geographic and 21st Century Fox, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Hollywood Bowl for this special National Geographic presentation. Jane is one of the most accomplished, well-known, and revered women in the world, and deservedly so. Her pioneering work in the study of primates at a time when the field was dominated by men and not particularly welcoming to women has single-handedly shaped the way we understand and treat wildlife. Jane Goodall once said, "Only if we understand will we care. Only if we care will we help. Only if we help shall all be saved." We take those words very much to heart at National Geographic and believe passionately in creating entertainment with purpose. The lion's share of Hugo's footage was tucked away in our archives decades ago and never seen again until now. We are so fortunate to have tapped the creative genius of Oscar and Emmy-nominated director Brett Morgen to oversee this film.
It's a tremendous honor to stand before you this evening and introduce the premiere of the first documentary film to ever premiere in this theater, Jane. To say that tonight represents the fulfillment of a lifelong dream would be completely disingenuous, for this certainly transcends anything that I ever fantasized or dreamt about. Our goal when we started this film was to try to create an immersive experience. And I can't think of a more immersive way to experience this film than with a 78-piece orchestra and 15,000 strong sitting in the audience. This stage has brought together some of the most iconic and memorable performers of our lifetime. But it's hard to imagine anyone living today more iconic than the two artists that will come together on the stage this evening, Dr. Jane Goodall and Philip Glass. This film that you're about to see tonight is a testament to their vision, ingenuity, strength, and guidance.
Well, I have to tell you, this is a pretty amazing experience for me. And, you know, I've never been into the Hollywood Bowl before. I heard about it. I saw pictures of it. I wish I could see it now, but the light is such that I can't see any of you. I'm sorry. Let's go like this. I have a very important message to take around the world, which is that we're destroying this planet and that we need to get together to try and make change. And the National Geographic has been helping me to spread this message around the world ever since 1962. So the research was secure, and I could be with my son. It was my life for the rest of my life. It was better than anything I dreamed of. But I knew that the chimpanzees across Africa were disappearing. I want to say thank you for an absolutely fantastic response, for all being here. Just thank you. And I hope you've had a wonderful time, and have a good night.